Moving forward with the Dekker Team. Moving forward together with the Dekker Team.
We've created for you free access to over 603 Inside Track episodes on our YouTube Dekker Team channel that provide insight on real estate, insider tips, making house home, building wealth, and simply whole living. You get exactly what you need when you need it from the comfort of your home, office, or on the go. So Amber, we're going to explore in this segment what to do when you cannot do it by yourself, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think sometimes when we have a dream or a passion about something, we like to think we can do it by ourselves, right? I know my independence muscle is way overdeveloped. I try to do things by myself way more than I should. Is that one of your issues, or are you good at asking for help?
I can ask for help, but I think I'll assume I can do more, like you're saying. But then also when you're stretching yourself, there's stuff you don't know. There's, of course you're gonna have to challenge yourself, and in some things you just will find out you can't do yourself, or that are a little bit bigger than you realize, like you say, and then you really have no option, especially if people are depending on you, or to make a financial deadline or something like that. Sometimes you just have to reach out when you did not anticipate it.
Okay, so one of the areas was financially. You were running into cash flow issues. Was that for buying the dogs, the breeders, or was that for renovating the farmhouse? Where were you running? Was that where you were running financially troubled?
Yeah, we fell in love with the property so much and the lifestyle of living out there that we decided we wanted to become farmers. So we didn't just want to stick with the dogs. We decided we wanted to make a life out there. And Ryan, my husband, really found a passion for food and just good quality food that is, free of all the chemicals and things that we're kind of forced to if we go the mainstream route. And so with that, we decided we wanted to raise quail and have quail eggs. And so building this barn, a lot of upfront costs before you can actually start making money from the business. Right. So that.
And even those cages that he built for the free range chickens and stuff, all that costs money, right?
It does.
In the meantime, you were building the farmhouse out, changing windows, and you wanted it to be very efficient. As a homesteader, you wanted to make sure that your old farmhouse became a very efficient home, right? So you ended up putting in triple pane windows and geothermal heating system.
Yeah, we were actually, as I work with you, I had seen a lot about the net zero housing, and that segment you guys did really inspired me and Ryan both, that we wanted to, if we were going to do it, let's do it for the future. We don't want to have to redo it in 10 years.
Right. So the cost was a little more. And then now recently you've sold your triplex that you had. And you did that because you wanted to do more farming than just homesteading, right?
Yes. Yeah, we wanted to, we didn't just want it to be a hobby farm. We wanted it to be something full that we could offer the community, and that, we believe that you shouldn't have to be a homesteader to be able to live like one, to eat like one. So
there's a cool line. Say that again.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to be a homesteader to eat like one, I think is what we, and it's true. Just like I found the passion with the chows, Ryan, through the whole experience, really found a passion for food and where food comes from and high quality meat. So,
So I've eaten some of the chickens that he's raised. They were amazing. And now quail will be going in shortly.
Quail, yeah. Who knew? But Ryan just fell in love with quail and went off to QuailCon and learned as much as he can.
QuailCon, is that like QuailCon?
It's a real thing. It's in the States every year, and we are joking that we're going to go dressed as quail next time. But no, it's all about people who love quail and who, right. So you can get a lot of tips and tricks from that.
So you needed some financial help. Some people loaned you some money in the shortfall periods, right? And then you pay that back as the different money came in. What other help did you find you needed? Because you're living in a trailer. You said that you stayed with Candace, your sister-in-law, for for a month before you
Mhm.
moved into the trailer, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Because you couldn't put the trailer on the property that you didn't own yet.
Yes, exactly.
And so what other kinds of help did you have to ask for, or did people just come? Like, do people just come to your rescue, or do they go, they're nuts, and so you have to physically ask for help?
A combination of both at different stages. When we first got there, we had to do fencing, a lot of fencing. Our dogs were tied up for 2 weeks, which if you've ever tied up a dog, you'll know how miserable they are. And so there was that. There was, just plumbing issues. We had so much we had to dig up. Septic things. I don't even know the specifics. Ryan dealt with a lot of that, but he definitely had a group of guys who kind of came alongside him, and people we hired for the property. And we definitely couldn't have done it ourselves. Every day there was something we were depending on, whether it be someone's expertise or whether it be guidance from someone, or physically having someone come out to the farm to help us.
Yeah, because
A
when you're
lot.
doing like construction, sometimes you just can't do it by yourself. You
Yeah.
need a couple able-bodied people to be able to lift something, or
Yeah.
Because I mean, you did insulation, electrical, drywall. You had company come in and do the windows, but there was a lot of heavy construction work and fixing the foundation and digging trenches to bring hydro and water back to the.
Yeah, I
to the
couldn't
barn?
even list all the details like you say. It was just constant construction and trenches and, being told like, oh, we don't have water anymore. And at one point through all the chaos, I lost my phone, and it was just, our dog was hit by a car. Like, it was just, there was a lot going on.
Now let's separate those. First of all, you lost your phone.
Yeah.
And where and Ryan was using Find My Phone on the Apple
He
app,
wasn't.
right?
It was just the day we had just dug up our property. So with a backhoe, like the whole area where our home was just completely dug up into these big trenches. And so we were out there, and I found out my phone was missing, and we just filled in the trenches. So we were out there with flashlights trying to see if we could, calling my phone, seeing if it would light up under the dirt. And
But somebody found it on a road.
yeah, a farmer, like, we were trying to do the Find My Phone, and Ryan and I would drive and we'd be like, it's here and it would just be a road with fields. And we thought, what on earth's going on? Like, we just didn't understand. And I was so
This
stressed because we didn't have the
This
money.
Apple thing isn't finding.
Yeah, and I thought, this is the worst timing when our cash flow is tight. I don't want to get a new phone. And we ended up getting a call from a farmer who'd been checking his fields. He lived like 20 minutes away, but was checking his fields by our house, and called the first person who texted me and said, anyways, so that friend called me, and I ran and got my phone, and the friend who had texted me said, this is hilarious. You've got to check your message that I sent you. And, my phone had been missing a week. It was out in the rain for a week, and this guy found it and it was working, but I turned my phone on, and the message that he'd sent me was, God's watching over you. So I had a big laugh because it was a complete miracle so we had a lot of miracles, like times God stepped in when there's, we were beyond ourselves. And
Yeah, perfect. Well, that's sometimes you need God when you're following your passion, especially if God gave you the passion.
yeah.
So here's a quote from Farrah Gray. Build your own dreams, or someone will hire you to build theirs. Together, we're clarifying your options, because when your options are clear, your wisdom will flow.
Moving forward with the Dekker Team. Moving forward